Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, man. I'm like, wow. But the mountain ranges were caused by the flood. Because the water filled all the way up,
Mm-hmm.
and when it finally abated, the land was a little bit different
Mm-hmm.
because everything was like flat
Mm-hmm.
first. Then all this flood and everything, and the water, the play, it was certain places just, you know, because the water the water forced itself from under the ground up and
Okay.
pushed some of that land out of the way and pushed it over, and boom, there you got mountains. You know what I'm saying? Mountains and hills, all kind of stuff happened. I was like, so
That's amazing.
right? Sitting there going, wow. Look, well, y'all still creating,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
still creating. So it's to me, it's just like, wow. You know, I haven't been I haven't been everywhere. I wish I got a chance to go. Well, I haven't even been a lot of places here in the United States,
All right. No.
but I've been other places. I've been a lot of other places. Just Europe, Africa, Asia. Just it's crazy. Just looking at the world, it's like wow.
Now, when you went to Europe, are they really, really ridiculous with a whole bunch of gold on some of those churches, or is it just
Yeah.
broadcasted? Oh, they do.
Well, see, but but the worst place though is the Vatican.
Okay.
They don't just let you go over there because it's way too much stuff to steal over there.
That they stole.
I mean, I'm right, exactly. If you decide to steal it back, they ain't gonna let you get off the island. That's why the Vatican is like basically it's its own little, it's its own community.
Mm-hmm.
They made it like, they kind of made it like Alcatraz.
Mm.
Alcatraz is actually an island.
Mm.
Even 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 if you run fast enough to get out of prison, you got a whole lot of swimming to do to get to somewhere where there's civilization, and you ain't gonna just have no boat to get away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but yeah, man, the Vatican stole something from everybody. I just I just saw something on TV. I think it was in the history on the History Channel, talking about the Ark,
Mm-hmm.
the our own.
Yeah, Catriel sent me something not too long ago about it. Uh, yeah, he sure did. That's interesting that we talking about that.
Yeah,
uh, he sent it to my like a text message, and I was watching it on YouTube a little bit. Let
what
me
was
see.
what was it? The Ark of the Covenant
No,
or Noah's Ark?
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. I was talking about the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, okay.
They I read somewhere that they have it somewhere in the United States. I'm like, how?
Here it is. It's called Noah's Ark and the Flood. Science confirms the Bible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that. I've actually been
Many
over
online
there.
businesses are prevented from getting to the next level of their potential
Uh-oh.
because they
There we go.
Like
For this
the
area
James
right
Moore
now.
been over there, right?
You have
Yeah, they didn't let us
to go see it.
up the mountains
All right, okay.
because they had armed guards there.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Wow.
I was like, yeah, we were. I was like, man, shoot, you kidding me? we just left the the ruins of the 7 churches.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, dude, I'm finna go up see I'm finna go up and see if I can find Noah's Ark myself. Like, no, man, you don't want to go by yourself. You don't want to go by yourself. So all these folk talk themselves into coming with me, and we did our own little kind of thing going there. But when we got there,
They won't let y'all
they
up.
had chicken wire everywhere and guards with guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real. So y'all just ain't gonna let us up the mountain, huh? Well, no, we went up some ways because it's not a super tall mountain, but it's tall enough to discourage you from going up there because Noah's Ark actually came down in the mountain range of Ararat, and that was like actually Ararat was originally a city.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the range was.
Okay.
Through that city.
Yeah.
So we traveled there. We were in the bus and was like, about to go see Noah's Ark. We about to go see Noah's Ark, man. And we got off the bus and they was like, well, you ain't, man.
No, you ain't, bro.
You ain't, man. You ain't gonna go see Noah's Ark. We ain't climb up these mountains.
But you know what that kind of make me think of though? Because I think it makes me think about because when the time of the 2 witnesses when they preach, I think they're gonna be having the city or a part of where they at gonna be at kind of blocked off and nobody will be able to really be around there. But they're gonna be there preaching for some, however that's gonna work. But
yeah,
I believe I was reading that somewhere. I know they're mentioned in Revelation 11, but but it's gonna be like heavy guarded or something.
Heavy guarded, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
because they ain't gonna want people to really hear them. So I think that's really one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
And
I can see that. The media's gonna they're gonna try to block everything that's gonna be beneficial to anybody else.
Right.
And all that, like usual. Ain't like the devil ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And I was just thinking about that, like it just seems like, man, not to say that the apostles didn't do much work or if it was a failed mission or what, but it's like people know about the Bible, people know Jesus, but nobody really knows Joshua. And this is what the apostles preached. And it's like, man, it's like we starting all over again or something. Or just waking up like Ezekiel 37, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for everybody to come to, really.
Yeah.
Everybody's not gonna just sit there and agree with everything you have to say either.
True. So true.
I guess there's a couple that moved in here that got this child, little child, like showing every 3 seconds I hear boom 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 boom. Doing playing drums on the floor. God, sit down.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Kid running, a baby. I do not have anything against kids running and playing. I love hear kids running and playing. That's fine. Just not.
But sit down somewhere now.
Go sit down. Go suck on your bottle somewhere.
Right.
No, that darn noise. Right.
And you know what? It'd be like the siblings would actually buy them drums because they ain't got to come to their house. They going right home with it. Bang, bang, boom, boom, to getting on their parents' nerves.
Exactly.
But
And
do
that's
unto others as
advantage.
you want them to do unto you. Right? That's
And that's the
hilarious.
advantage of being a grandparent. You have one effective weapon. Send them home.
Uncle and aunt too.
Huh?
An uncle and an aunt too.
I'm saying the grandparent can, like, take the kids with them, buy them all the candy, cookies, and ice cream that they
Hyper.
want, and send their butt home.
Hyper. Yep.
Gone. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's my thing on, word has always been my thing. It's just I've always had a love for the word. Now, I was reading / listening to Hebrews today. Was getting excited.
Okay. Like who? Like Great Awakening or?
No.
Hebrews.
No, the book of Hebrews.
Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah.
Was going, yeehaw, excited about hearing scripture.
Yeah, I shared I think it was last week. Like one chapter from Hebrews. So I think your phone's still off, right? Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was just listening to it, just getting excited. Because, I'll play some music sometimes, or, in the middle. Oh, yeah. I've got to, I don't know if I can show you this. On here, I can't, unfortunately. Wish I could, but you know what?
Yeah, we can start doing Zoom again too sometimes though. Cause
yeah. That would be cool. 'Cause, what I'm gonna do. Well, I have a sometimey on and off, relationship with that website, Hebrew for Christians.
Okay.
So I actually downloaded some of the prayers just to, keep me in the thing about praying. It's not because I also realized that there are people, those Jews, like Jews. I get so tired of hearing that. I'm like, Jews. They're like the only people in the world are Jews. They dummy. There's Lewi. There's Naphtali. There's Don. How come it all gets called
tribes?
Jews? Jews. Come on, for real.
Yeah.
Y'all really must think we ain't paying attention.
Because they trying to relate it to their race or them, and not.
Yeah. I mean, shoot. Maybe. I'm trying to think. Maybe I might have been from the tribe of Benjamin.
I've been thinking about that too. Like, am I from Gad or maybe Reuben?
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Shoot, I was
A
trying
lot
to
of people
think,
saying Judah though. Oh, Judah. Everybody claiming Judah.
Right. Everybody claims Judah.
The tribe of the king.
Right. But shoot, I think more. I might have been a Benjamite. because remember how tough they were in battle?
Mm-hmm.
They were bad in battle. They had a certain because they got dead spot on aim.
Mm.
That I've been reading about them. And I was like, these boys was bad. I wonder, because I'm really good with the gun, with the I can shoot the bow.
But who was that? Neftali. It was Neftali, and who was that? That actually the two that tore up for their sister. They tore up the group of the guys when he raped their sister. Neftali and
Judah, I know, is one of them.
Yeah.
Judah was one of them. Who was it?
Yeah, they was really good with battle anyway. Like,
oh, they wasn't playing.
Yeah, but they mentioned two.
Actually, they tricked them all. Mm-hmm. They tricked them to all get
circumcised.
Circumcised, and when they were sore, they went and killed everybody.
Yeah.
And Israel was like, "No, what'd you do that for?
Yep.
Everybody gonna hate me around here." But then I could hear them. They sound just like just like some niggas around the hood.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna do our sister like a how you gonna treat our sister like a hoe? Basically.
Yeah.
But that was kind of evil.
Mm-hmm.
That was evil how they did that. They should just went in and just basically just come in, stomped them down, and ask questions later.
Yeah, but that's the thing about the spirit of the law and just plain law, the letter, because sin is worthy of death. Wow, you know what I'm saying? But they forget the mercy part.
Yeah. Well,
that's how we are today too.
Huh?
So that's how we are today too.
we just only think about how
wrath.
Yeah, we only think of how the law is going to benefit us. We don't.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Think about future ramifications.
Yep, affecting others. And that's what Yahweh's government is about. It's about a community,
Exactly.
And when
justice.
And when Israel sinned, like everybody was in trouble, really. Like when one person sinned, I should say, with Israel, like a community thing. But it's always about us and I and me now,
Right. Yeah. Just because we've taken on the European perspective of stuff.
And that's how they are in their business and and gang and leaving the middleman. They cutting out the middleman now. Even America, they want to cut out the middleman. Just have the rich and the poor, or eliminate the poor. Period.
Right. Yeah, because they
wickedly.
They're all like their father, Gehazi, greedy.
Mm.
That's what they are,
Mm.
I mean, and shoot, how can
share a little more about Gehazi?
It's 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Go ahead and share a little more about Gehazi.
Gehazi, he was Elijah's servant. The thing is, in the 5th chapter of 2 Kings, Naaman was, Naaman had leprosy. He was actually turning white.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, he might have been like, what's his name is on Channel 2? What's his name? Lee something, Lee Thomas.
Okay.
You ever seen him?
I probably have. I don't really recognize like
See,
unless I see.
his face. His face is black. His hands look are like he's a white guy.
Now I remember Obadiah. You know, Elijah's, servant. One of his.
But see, Gehazi, when he when Naaman, Naaman came to he was suffering from from leprosy, and he went, he came, he was looking for people, like, man, what can I do to get rid of this leprosy thing? And basically, I think his wife's maiden was from Israel, and she told him about Elisha.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he goes to who was the king at the time?
Ahab. Was it Ahab or was it after?
That was when Eliyahu was.
Okay.
But Elisha, it was somebody else was the king. I forgot who the king was. He got all afraid and stuff. The king did.
Mm-hmm.
When Naaman came to him, and he was like, "Oh my God, you coming to me, man? I'm just coming to see the man of God, man. Calm down." Basically is how.
All right.
So he went there. But actually, the king had actually rent his clothes because he thought that maybe it was going to be a war between them. And, no, I ain't thinking about y'all right now. I got something else to do, But where is it? Maybe darn turn right to it. Woohoo! 2 Kings 5. Okay. Huh?
What was he?
Naaman. It's
Ben Hadad or
it's 2 Kings chapter 5.
Right.
I gotta go there in this other Bible. Because the Hallelujah scriptures are not bad, but I just want to.
Was it King Ben Hadad or?
King
Ben Hadad or Yoram?
Let's see.
I gotta go back over
Where
that.
did 5 go?
Interesting.
This is 5, right? Oh, that's 4. I ain't got the 2 Kings 5 yet. Oh, sorry. Right there, captain of the host of Syria was a great man with his master, and honorable because by him Yahweh had given deliverance to Syria. He was a mighty man of valor, but he was a leper.
Mm-hmm.
And the Syrians had gone out by companies and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid, and she waited on Naaman's wife. And she said unto her mistress, would Yahweh, my Elohim, were with the prophet that's in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. So, like I was just saying, the maiden, she was from Israel and everything. It was like, oh yeah, man, you want to see the man of Yahweh, because he,
can heal you.
Like, man, you kidding? Heal him before he get you know how black folk do. We always bragging about how good we think folk are sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said, when one went in and told his Lord, saying, thus and thus said the maid that is of the land of Israel, and the king of Syria said, go to I'll send a letter unto the king of Israel. And he departed, took with him 10 talents of silver. Do you know how much money that is?
I haven't really seen a good amount of American money yet,
Right.
which ain't worth nothing. Let me stop.
10 talents of silver
Man.
and 6,000 pieces of gold, all together, somewhat like $2.5 million
Ooh.
in today's money.
Okay.
So back then, it was like that was money on top of money on top of money.
Mm.
And he brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, now when this letter is come unto you, behold, I have there was sent Naaman my servant to you, that you may recover him of his leprosy. And it came to pass, when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he rent his clothes and said, Am I God to kill and make alive, that this man does send me to recover a man of his leprosy? Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeks a quarrel against me. And it was so when Elisha, the man, the man of El, had heard the king had rent his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, "What is going on? Why you rent your clothes? Why you tear up your clothes? Let them come to me, and he'll know that there is a prophet in Israel."
Mm-hmm.
Naaman came with all his horses and chariots. He brought everybody with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Elisha sent a messenger, not, mind you, not Gehazi, just a messenger. Said, go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and your flesh will come again to you, and you'll be clean. But Naaman was wroth. He got mad and was like, man, please. I thought he would surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of Yahweh and strike his hand over the place and recover and all this. But are there not Abana and Parapar, rivers of Damascus that's better than the waters in Israel? May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in a rage. So he was pissed off because Elisha wouldn't come out to him, basically, and perform some kind of ceremonial thing.
Sounding like who was that? King Herod wanted to see some miraculous thing from Joshua.
Right.
Right.
Turn this wine into something better than wine.
Exactly.
All kind of
seeking after a sign.
Right.
Yep.
See, what did Yahshua say that this generation looks for a sign, and shall be none shown it.
But that of Jonah. 3
right.
days, 3 nights. Yep.
Exactly. But then, and his servants came near and speaking to him, like, all right, Dad, calm down, it's all right. But if the prophet said that, said to do some great thing, wouldn't you have done it? How much rather when he told you to wash and be clean.
Mm-hmm.
So then he humbled himself a little bit, went on down to Jordan, dipped himself 7 times, according to what Elisha said, and his flesh became like the flesh of a little child. Good, it's good and everything, and
had that baby fresh smell.
No. Yeah, exactly. Then we turned to Elisha and said, "Oh, come here, man! I got to give you something." He said, "Behold, I know there is no Elohim in all the earth, but in Israel.
Yeah.
Now I pray you take a blessing." But Elisha was like, "Nah, man, go on with that." Basically, go on with that.
Mm-hmm.
And Naaman said, "Shall there not then, I pray thee, be given to your servant 2 mules burden of earth? For your servant will henceforth offer neither burnt offering nor sacrifice unto other Elohim, but Yahweh. In this thing, Yahweh pardoned pardon your servant that when my master goes into the house of Rimmon to worship there, and he leans on my hand, and I bow myself to the house of Rimmon. But when I bow down myself in the house of Rimmon, Yahweh pardon your servant in this thing. And he said to him, go, Elisha's like, go on, shalom.
Mm-hmm.
Deuces,
Right.
Basically.
Yep.
And but then he departed a little way. Then in verse 20 it says, but Gehazi, servant of Elisha, the man of Yahweh, said, behold, my master has spared Naaman the Syrian in not receiving at his hands that which he brought. But excuse me, but as Yahweh liveth, I'm gonna run after him and take somewhat of him. So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lied down from the chariot to meet with him and said, is all well? And he said, all is well. My master sent me, saying, behold, even now there become to me from Mount Ephraim two young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments. And Naaman said, well, be content and take 2 talents. And he urged him and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with 2 changes of garments, and laid them, put them on his servants, and they bear him before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from the hand and bestowed them in the house. And he let the men go, and they departed. But when he was in and stood before his master, and Elisha said to him, whence comest thou, Gehazi? Almost like Yah did to Hasatan.
Where are you going to and fro when he
right
that portion?
Right, but see, Gehazi said, I didn't go nowhere.
Satan was going to and fro, but I ain't go nowhere.
right. Exactly.
Okay.
And and Elijah said, went not my heart with you? When when the man turned again from his chariot to meet you? Is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maid servants? The leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto you and unto your seed forever.
Wow.
And he went out from his presence, a leper, as white as snow. There it is.
White as snow.
Afraid so. That's where white people started from. Right there. And see, they even have the same attitude as Gehazi.
Well, albino, and then
no,
I guess from
white as snow. What's his name was an albino?
Oh, Esau. Right, gotcha.
Esau was. See, there was a difference between being an albino and a leper.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, those people are just naturally light skinned, but this leper has.
So that's interesting, because when Moshe put his hand inside his robe and brought it out, his hand was purely white, or was it like spotted?
Said white.
Yeah, it is.
Matter of fact, his sister, after Miriam, after she got to talking,
about his wife,
demeaningly about his wife, Yahweh turned her white as snow.
Right.
So, You know.
So it didn't sound like albino. It sounded like just white.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other words,
Interesting.
It's actually quite possible that Miriam was unclean at least for a time, because you know every time the lepers showed up, they had to say unclean,
Right.
unclean.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, imagine that she being of royalty, but she's castigated and thrown to the back of the out of sight of everybody, talking about unclean. Anyone that approaches her, she has to say unclean. Can you just imagine that? Just like, wow.
And I'm imagining it too, because it's like, but I'm also seeing that people can be unclean in other ways, but you don't hear them saying unclean, unclean, because they're hiding it on the inside. You could be unclean from watching porn, masturbating. You could be unclean from your period, your cycle, but you ain't going out there and saying you're unclean. But they hide that fact, and they still go and worship as they please, still being unclean and unpleasing. And it becomes spiritual, and you start to see it like you see his leprosy plain as day, but you always want to show you your uncleanness too, so
Right.
that whew,
Yeah, I know, right?
unclean.
Right, man.
Everybody goes, is they gonna say it? Is they gonna say it?
Man, it's something.
Yeah.
But then he was just Kazi was just outright cursed.
Yeah.
Not just him, but what I'm starting to think is that his wife was cursed.
But I'm still trying to figure out, like, okay, what did Gehazi do to get cursed though? Like, I mean, you read it, but I'm trying to still. I got to go back and read it.
Greed.
Oh, okay.
Greed.
Gotcha.
Because Naaman had like a couple $1 million with him.
Yeah.
To give to Elisha.
Mm-hmm.
And when Elisha turned it down, so now you gonna run up behind and try to just you didn't do nothing, mind you, not nothing, but you gonna try to take this guy. Just like he said, I'm gonna take somewhat of him. In other words, I'm a buke him. I'm gonna take the. I'm like, yeah, man, that guy. But see, Gehazi had the same kind of attitude that these people who are quote unquote running the world right now.
Exactly. Gotcha.
Greed. Because it wasn't about helping Naaman.
It's about what he can offer, what he can offer them or give them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was all about benefiting himself, which is exactly how these white people think nowadays. That's how they do. It's like they go, they daddy right there.
Yep. You are of your father the devil, and the lust of him you will do.
Yep. Right. Exactly.
They got that same lust after that. Greed.
Lies. Right. Yep.
That's interesting. That's a good lesson within itself. Thank you for bringing that out.
Yeah, that thing was. When I read that, I'm like, how you read some stuff. Sometimes you read it. It was like you were just calling the words off the page, but it didn't
register.
It didn't mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
But then one time, the next 2 or 3 times you read it, it's like, yo, I didn't see that before. And I know I read it. And I read it because this is my second, third trip since. Yeah, man, I'm sitting there going, wow. And this shall happen to your to your progeny forever.
Don't want to be cursed forever. Definitely.
Right.
The man. Woo.
Now, okay, what does this mean, though? That because Israel walked away from Yah and played the whore out there, having having all of the pagan Elohim and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So who is Yah turning to now to be his people? Some of the lepers? Huh?
Well, the scriptures say he's not casting off his people. You know, because if he casts them off,
he's not casting off all of his people.
But he's adding, right, Gentiles, or like you said, lepers, Gentiles, unclean.
Right.
Like, got you.
See, which is the thing about what's it? In Hebrews, one of my favorite scriptures that says that that Yah's word is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. What is it? Even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and as a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep.
And even what Yahshua said, and where was that? When he said, "These people praise me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me."
Man, that's something I sent out this week too. That it was in the prayer about lip service not being, having lip service, but but becoming more. Let me go back and find it.
Which is always fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, for me, it's like, yes. Because being at work, dang, you look. I'm used to having at least 12 or 13 different Bibles. 12 or 13 different kinds of Bibles that I did all of my studies out of. I studied the Bibles. I studied the languages, I had I mean, that's all I used to do was read. I'm just reading. Everybody's like, "What you doing?" Reading. When they come up, I was like, "What you doing?" Reading. You still reading that same book? Yup.
And people find this so strange.
Yeah, especially.
Oh yeah, our people reading.
Because
they know we don't.
Because what they say. If you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book.
Yep. So true. Yeah, but this was the prayer I shared. It said, "Thank you, Abba Yahweh, for getting us through another work day. Help us continuously to keep our mind, hope, and trust in you. Build us to be your children after your own heart. Help us to remain the apple of your eye. Take away from us the lip service, which speaks as if it is to please you. And put in our hearts your Torah instruction, law, that restores our soul and makes us whole. Help us to harvest good fruits in your vineyard, garden. Make us holy, Kodesh." Hallelujah, Amen. Yeah, take away the lip service, which speaks as if it wants to please you. It's like we speak it, and it's like,
exactly. Exactly.
That's the easy part. Actually doing
living it, walking it.
Yeah, that's exercise.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
I was like, oh my God.
Lift some weights. Oh, I'm coming home, Elizabeth.
Now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Come and join you, honey.
Yeah, exactly. But we say the law is not burdensome or grievous, but when you actually try to live it out, what does it become to us?
Yeah.
So what does it really mean that the law is not grievous, or is it really?
No.
The scripture says.
No, because remember what Yahshua said, you know, because what's the premise of the entire law? It's to be mindful.
Okay.
It's to be, just like he said. What are the two main premises? Love Yahweh with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might, and to love your neighbor as yourself.
Hangs on those two. Gotcha.
Everything else is mere commentary. But that's what all of those 613 are about. Mm-hmm. It's about honoring Yah, honoring yourself, and honoring others. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is. He's just calling attention to that. It's like you should do this for your neighbor. See, he's instructing us to be mindful of others. You know, like what did Shaul say in Philippians? Let me say, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahshua, who being in the form of Yahweh thought not robbery to be equal with him, but what I'm saying, and before that, say each let every one of us esteem each other better than ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Man, we still haven't learned that, bro.
I know. I mean, it's a lifetime process, though. You know,
it is.
We're still learning all of this. You know.
Yep. We so busy trying to cope through our own mechanism and our own troubles to really worry about other people's troubles. But if we take the time to really examine not just ourselves, but the people around us, that would teach us how to love our neighbor as ourselves,
Yeah, I mean, thing is, that's why I think it was. I was thinking it's a good idea for us to barter and do because just like the question that Cain asked, Cain asked, "Am I my brother's keeper?"
Exactly.
We need to, because and just like in the book of Acts, of course there were rich people who came to the church, but see, they gave all of their riches, mm-hmm. and when they came on the outside of things, everybody was rich. Mm-hmm.
Because they all had,
everybody had something, because those rich people bestowed their riches to feed the poor. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It wasn't, there was no abject poverty mm-hmm. amongst Israel after Yahshua was basically gave his life because they couldn't kill him. It wasn't like they could kill him.
And what was the in scripture it said, whatever you drop, leave for the poor, basically. That's when it came to gleaning, I guess, or mm-hmm. But I shared a post today about am I my brother's keeper, basically.
Wow.
I said when I say I'm not perfect, that means I won't harm you with the word, but I'll heal you with it though. Show mercy to obtain mercy. Mercy heals. Hallelujah. I am my brother's keeper. Because, it's like a lot of Hebrews, they like to beat up on people with the word when, Yahshua said, if you want mercy, you show yourself merciful. You want to obtain that mercy, be merciful. So it's like I'm trying to be that person of mercy, because I know I want to obtain mercy. When I see them face to face, and it's like how you judge people sometimes can be the way that Most High would judge you. Yeah. Not to throw out the fact that He'll judge you through the law, period.
Right.
No matter how so-called merciful you've been, but I think it helps to, you know, your personality of mercy. You know, he can probably extend maybe that same. So that was my thing, you know, because and us Hebrews, we don't really we say we making a platform. We need our own platform. Like I do my music, you know, bartering, all that stuff could be in that because everybody has something they have. They're good with gifts, you know, the spirit of you know, gifts of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know, and our platform is not as great as Christianity, you know, and that's kind of what I noticed and trying not to focus too much on because it could be very, you know, brings you down a little bit, but not to say they're far off, but you know.
That's why I'm, you know, like I was talking to Donnie, I brought up the scriptures that's the how that one scripture said that to make not yourself to store not up riches
On this earth.
Here in earth, but
yeah, Matthew.
But in heaven, where moth and dust doesn't corrupt or you know thieves don't break through and steal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that you know we have to remember that you know when we pray every day, what part of the prayer is supposed to be is
our daily need for the day, right?
Well, right, but also you know, not just forgive our debts and stuff, but also your kingdom come, your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Or the way that is actually written is that let your will be done in earth as it has already been done in heaven. Because you know the heavenly hosts celebrate Shabbat and have been celebrating Shabbat since the beginning, since the seventh day of creation. Which is over 6,000 years.
Way longer than us.
Yeah, you know, way longer than we got on the scene, and just figured out. Oh, today is the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you know, so we shouldn't don't be too discouraged. Because you know, I get it sometimes. You know, but dang, like dang, I wish I could do this right now. Yeah, but you know, give y'all some time.
Yep.
To actually give yourself some time to really, to keep growing. He'll give you a way. He can make a way for your platform to be put up there. Because what does that one scripture say that a man's gift shall
make room for him,
make room for him, and bring him before great men.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need to
don't hurry.
We don't have to rush.
All right.
Shoot, what was that? Wasn't that also in Philippians 4? When he said, "Be anxious for nothing, but in all things with thanksgiving, supplication,
4 and 6.
Let your request be made known unto Yah, and the peace of Yahweh, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds in the Mashiach Yeshua."
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
We'll have peace if we don't fret and
be anxious.
Right.
And that's one thing that, I've been dealing with, and I guess people in the scriptures, because he brings up anxiety a lot. Like, don't be anxious, and
anxiety is a big thing, man. It's actually completely psychological, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we put ourselves under that pressure.
Yeah.
The total unnecessary pressure and suffering, and staying awake nights, worrying and missing valuable sleep,
right,
and stuff, worrying about all of this stuff. But really, we can't. It's not us that changes how our hair changes color. You can't change your hair black or white.
Right.
Yourself. So why in the world would we
be worry, so like Yahshua said,
and burdened with
Don't worry about what you'll put on, and don't worry about what you'll wear. But Yahshua was saying that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
same thing.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God, I used to, man. When I was in the military, that I think he just basically rescued me. It's obvious, but because I was just, I wasn't so much a worrywart. I was just wild,
Mm-hmm.
I was wild. I was young. I was buck wild. It's like, we gonna fight. We fight. You are 18 years old. Calm your little behind down. Go sit your narrow behind down somewhere.
My kid was a fighter.
They're gonna shoot your butt behind. I was buck wild. Like, what is it? And the older me look at the younger me like, well, go sit your stupid butt down somewhere before you get us in trouble,
Yeah.
Before you get us in trouble, you knucklehead. But yeah, just but I mean, but the thing is, when he saved me, I believed he really that he did a complete job, because that was what I mean. And then I met other Christian military people too. Oh my God, we were the best of friends and brothers, and sisters. We just hung.
Mm-hmm.
We would go out to the restaurants, just sit in there and talk and witness to people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was on Fridays we had our little meetings.
Okay.
In fact, way back then, we had our little meetings on Friday nights and everything, and there was another faction of people who what was their doctrine? Their doctrine was it was something like they didn't believe that Yahshua was the Messiah. They didn't. It's like, wait a minute, you can't leave this group then, and their big guy supposedly came to meet with us. There was like four of us. It was me, a guy named Kevin, a girl named, what was her name? Charlotte, and a girl named Janice. We were, it was mainly us four, but others came and became part of it. And it was nice, black and white. It was all of us together.
Mm-hmm.
We were all standing together, and it was a blessing. But this other faction of people tried to come in and take over, and it's like, no, man. What is that? Acts 4:12.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you are talking about Yahshua. Well, back then I was saying Jesus. Mm-mm. No, dog. Nah, man. No, unless you have that name, you cannot lead us, because that is the only name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. You are not about to lead us into no foolishness. We ain't going for it. Matter of fact, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't playing that. We, you know, no sir, ain't happening. It ain't happening. So, but yeah, that was, you know, I was like, but to me, man, those days were exciting, man, because we were actually doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? We were, you know, we weren't just meeting with people. We were, you know, we had there was a group of us. Then there was my guy, what was his name? Noel Simmons. Big white guy, but he was a really good guy. Let me see if I can find him somewhere. I wonder if he's still around. But anyway, he was a gunner with me when we went to Desert Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, Noel Simmons. That was my guy, man. He was a really, really good big old teddy bear of a big old white boy. He was a really good guy, really good guy. I just love that guy. I was like, you are like you my big little brother. No, he was a little bit younger than me, but yeah, he was cool. Then there was another guy named Lee. He's a white guy. He was from Kansas. He and I kind of came in together when we we all left Germany at the same time and wound up at the same duty station. He was at what was Lee? Spangdahlem? And I was at Hahn Air Base over in West Germany. You know, there were like 7 or 8 of those bases over there. One of them was Ramstein. Ramstein was where all those people got killed in that they were doing an air show. And the Italians were doing their little stunt. You know, they all took off together in formation, and then one of the planes did like this and did a roll to come around. But as the planes turned, one of them clipped that guy's wings, and he went hurtling into the crowd.
Wow.
I was on my way to the show as it happened.
Wow. That sounds like some Final Destination stuff. Remember the movie?
Right. No, man, but man, we got there. Man, we got back. Man, we got to the place. It smelled like burning fuel, burning flesh. It was.
Wow.
It was god awful, man.
That's sad. Wow.
Yeah, because we had just got there right as the accident was happening. We didn't quite see it, but as we were getting out of our cars, you know, we heard people screaming and running. Man, do you realize that people were actually, when the plane exploded, and then all of the oil that fell, the oil and fuel that fell from the plane caught on fire. So immediately there were dozens of people who were disintegrated. I mean,
fuel.
They gone just like that.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, what the? And it smells so bad. You could barely keep your food down. It smelled so bad. It was burning fuel. It was burning. People were burning. People had got burnt because the explosion. You know, because then See, the problem with exploding things is not just the fact, it's not just the thing that makes this stuff blow up, but it's those things that get blown up because they do what's called fragment, and pieces of it fly, pieces of that thing that just blew up fly, and a piece this small, but is molten, can go right into your skin and kill you. And people don't even know why you're dead until they look and see the little hole in the, in your skin, and it just yeah, man, it is horrible.
I bet.